Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending this meeting on pay for performance. Here is our agenda. We will cover the determinants of effective pay for performance systems and highlight the drawbacks of such systems. By the end of this workshop, you should be able to establish effective compensation solutions for your employees. So, to begin, let's see the determinants of effective PFP systems. To do so, I'd like to introduce to you the expectancy/instrumentality theory model. According to this model, expectancy is the employee's belief that increased effort will lead to increased performance. Then, instrumentality is the belief that such increase in performance will result in the attainment of outcomes. Finally, balance is the importance that the individual places upon the expected outcome. However, as managers, you need to make sure that the worker in question values the outcome relative to other rewards. The desired performance must be measurable, and the size of the reward must be sufficient to stimulate increased effort. Moreover, performance measures must be compatible with the short and long-term strategic goals of the company. However, PFP systems are often subject to failures. It is thus your job to avoid implementing systems with poor perceived connection between performance and pay. Objectives must be clear and results countable. Then, performance appraisal systems are often subject to leniency bias and to resistance to change of unions and managers. Thus, managers must cooperate and create clear connection between PFP outcomes and corporate performance measures. To select an appropriate PFP system, one should ask himself a few questions. Who should be included in the PFP system? How will performance be measured? Which incentives will be used? Of course, PFP works when it's developed for specific groups. Salespeople, middle management, shop floor workers, engineers. All these employees need different systems. At McDonald's, 8 different PFP systems have been implemented and tailored for various classes of employees. Let's see this in action. We will now look at alternatives to individual pay incentives. Let's set the scene. Longtime employee, Anna, goes to her manager, Mr. Hummel, regarding scheduled raise and performance review.
That time of year again, Anna. You have been a valuable asset to our firm once again. Let's talk about your yearly performance and how we can compensate you for the blood, sweat, and tears you put into our company.
I appreciate the praise, Mr. Hummel, but I've been meaning to talk to you for some time now. I really enjoy working here and I love my colleagues, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm meeting my full potential.
That's nonsense, Anna. You're a pivotal part of this team.
Sir, I really think I should resign.
Before you start with all this crazy talk, you should at least entertain the offer. It's quite the race. You can send your kids to any university you want, maybe even EBS. You can buy your husband a new sports car, even spoil yourself.
Wow, that sounds serious though. I think you have changed my mind. I can't wait to tell my family.
That's the spirit, Anna. Now do what you do best and make this company some money.
6 months later.
Mr. Hummel notices that Anna seems unhappy at work, moping around and just isn't her old self. Mr. Hummel asks Anna to come into his office and talk.
Anna, what seems to be the problem? Your numbers are down and you're just not yourself recently. Was that raise not big enough?
No, sir, the raise was enough, but I'm just still not happy.
Well, Anna, what makes you happy?
I love spending time with my family, like I just missed my daughter's dance recital again. So I really wished I had more times with my family because I'm missing so many moments of their lives.
What can Mr. Hummel have given Anna instead of pay raise? As it turns out, extrinsic rewards diminish intrinsic motivation, and large extrinsic rewards can decrease motivation in tasks that require creativity and innovation. Companies should spend more time and effort on the work environment instead of pay schemes. Companies should work to define jobs, create a positive culture, make work fun and meaningful. There are many problems with individual merit pay. It undermines teamwork, encourages employees to focus on short-term, and leads workers to link compensation to political skills and integrating personalities rather than performance itself. In fact, one study shows that merit pay has no actual effect on office performance. There are so many other options than giving a raise or bonus. For example, flex time, stock options, corporate perks, extra days off, company shares, training courses, free meals, or even redesigning or upgrading the office itself. As you can see, there are many ways to make work more enjoyable for their coworkers without just handing out raises and bonuses. You just learned alternatives to individual pay. Now let's take a look at group incentives. Let's set the scene. Robert, the CEO of a well-established pharmaceutical wholesaler. He calls his beloved employee Jimmy into his generously large office.
So, Jimmy, let me tell you about what you and your colleagues are going to work on the next 6 months. You're going to be the leader of our new project team. As we told you last week, we're going to start Operation Cush Overload in less than 10 days. This project will be a crucial part for generating the required increase in revenue of 15%. We just have to sell more dope to patients, Jimmy. You're the one that I know that I can rely on for leading this project, as you've pushed the cannabis sales significantly ever since you started here. How does that sound for you, Jimmy?
Damn, Robert, I would love to do that. It really honors me that you give me the responsibility for the project Cush Overload. I mean, I know all the operational details from our last work meeting, but how many employees will I delegate? And as it is a sales project, how will the pay work? I'm not sure if I can motivate my employees if I don't have a performance pay system.
Jimmy, I knew you were the right man for the job. Jimmy, hold Sir Lancelot.
He hands over his office cat, going by the name of Sir Lancelot. Robert stands up and looks dramatically out the window, overlooking the city he will flood with legal marijuana, thanks to his dear friend and colleague Jimmy. After a pause for effect, he introduces Jimmy to his performance pay opportunities.
So, as this is a sales project, I have decided to grant you a large provision if your team will be able to provide the expected increase in sales.
So everyone receives a bonus pay, but depending on their workload?
No, Jimmy, that would be horrific. If everyone receives a different bonus, then competition within your team would be fierce. People will not sufficiently cooperate within your team. Lana might detain information from Billy just to make sure she would get a larger bonus than him. You get the idea?
Yeah, that's true. But then there could be a problem with free riding within my team if everyone knows that they get the piece of the cake anyways. However, I got a solution for that. Transparency.
Let his words sink in. As he knows, transparency is a powerful word within today's business context. Robert looks pleased as he hears the word transparency, but before he can reply, Jimmy continues.
Ever try to use motivational factors rather than punishment or a strong hand, as studies have shown that this proves to be more efficient. But Rob, do we need to cooperate with other teams?
Only over my dead body. Operation Cush Overload is strictly confidential. Moreover, my experience, as well as interesting readings I found on a website called CampusNet, suggests that performance-based team pay, where cooperation with other teams is needed, goes down like a lead balloon. Other teams will feel betrayed as they were partly responsible for the success, but don't get part of the bonus, however. But Jimmy, make sure that you do not motivate your team members extrinsic through the offered bonuses, but also intrinsic. That is vital. Make work fun for them. Explain them why every one of them is crucial for the success of this secret operation. Spread responsibility evenly among your team members, and most of all, make them use their specific talent and creativity in the best possible way, so that we can get every citizen of this wonderful city medicated. Believe me, Jimmy, my words, follow my words, and you will one day sit in my chair. You will have your own Sir Lancelot and everything that you dreamt of. I really appreciate your work, and you will be the perfect fit for this job full of responsibility. I know that for a fact.
Jimmy feels the tension in the room as he listens to the words of his beloved boss. He feels the warmth around his heart and imagines his opportunities and is more than confident that he will make the team project a success. After leaving Robert's office, he reflects on the conversation and notices that Robert has just given him the best intrinsic motivation possible. He is flabbergasted and cannot wait to start on Operation Cush Overload.